Is that a mummy? Oh my god, a mummy. What's up, Frosher Bros? Welcome back to the Daggerfall playthrough. It is currently part 17. In the last episode, we actually found out that we actually found a dungeon that can lead us to, well, Slardom if we just continue onward and basically just look for a note, like a piece of evidence. And I did partially spoil stuff. Basically, I'm going to have to choose between the Underking or Luton. And honestly, Greed is telling me to go for Prince Luton. But anyways, in the last episode, we've been basically placing an anchor right here at the spawn, resting until fully healed, and just taking new paths until we eventually find, well, where we're supposed to go, and ultimately the MacGuffin. You know, like, we can already see right here that there is a whole slew of just different random directions in every single way. And as I actually learned, we're more powerful than we think. You know, as weird as it sounds, I can swear I remember this dungeon. Though it feels random, though I still feel like I remember it. Like I feel like I've been here before. It is possible that this is actually a destined dungeon. Ooh, look. Getting more loot here. Whole bunch. It's going to get to the point where we'll probably be over-encumbered with just gold alone, but like, look at that, a Dwemer Flail and a Dwemer Tono right away. Like, I can tell you that Azura is really favoring Morgul here. Just really wants to get him some gold, you know, and we're just going to, real quick, use some Res XP so we can just stay alive for a little longer. As we just push onwards, we only have 9. Oh, yeah, we're gonna need to carry more soon. And are you kidding me? You pick up a death certificate. It was there the whole time. Does it even say which one it is? So that's Luton. Oh! This, okay. 23rd Morningstar 3400, the Fortress of Fujum. Yeah, that's the place we're in. 2 days I was sealed within this crypt. I slept without food or water. I do not know whether hunger or poor wealth or one of the creatures who share this dank hole with me will kill me first. I only know that I will soon be dead and dank, and not even my bones with remain within this dank hole, this dank, dead, dank hole. My hope is dank that in the years that come, this dank letter will be read, and the dank sad story of Slardom, Prince of the Dank Sentinel, will be dank told. I am 15 years old at the time of this writing, this dank writing, and have been plagued with bad health, dank bad health, for most of my dank life. To the frustration of my haughty parents, the finest healers and apothecaries in Western Tamriel have labored over my every cough and fever But while they could save my life time and time again, they could not improve my sickly condition. In retrospective, I received little real affection from the king and queen, embarrassed as they were about begetting such a cripple as their heir of the kingdom. I cannot say I missed the love. I received I received much attention from the doctors, priests, and herbalists constantly at court. Certainly, I was not to be the sort of warrior Cameron was, but one of my dearest friends, a priest of Sundar, said that I might be the first scholar king in the history of Sentinel. My younger sister, Abkai, was the true favorite of my parents, athletic, beautiful, and charming. It is hard to think of an uncomplimentary word for her. I am resigning to my imminent death, and yet I would like to see her once again. For 6 years, Abkai and I were the only children of Sentinel. 8 years ago, the queen had a boy child, named him Grucklith, after the ancient Red God word for strong king. Few speak that tongue any longer. But all the scholars and nobles of Hammerfell understood, and Grecklith is a strong boy indeed. I have never so much as seen him cough. The queen's next child, born only a year after Grecklith, had an even more ominous birth name. Luton. Hey, that's a familiar name. Second boy. Perhaps had I been less sheltered, more suspicious by nature, I might have read into these nominations. Luton and Grecklith are common enough names in our family. I reasoned. Now I know that even then I was dis disin what the heck? Dysentery. I can't read that. Even if it was not official yet. Yeah, I don't know if it's like the font or whatever, but that's just screwing me up. Oh, for several months before Luton's birth, and over 3 years afterwards, I was in the throes of a very serious fever. The doctors despaired of me, but somehow and very gradually, I recovered for the first time and the last. I read an expression on my father, the king's face, that was not indifferent. It was disgust. That was a fortnight ago. 3 nights ago, I was seized by men I had never seen while I was having a walk. My nursemaid stood by watching placidly, placidly, as I was as I was gagged and tied and thrown roughly into a sack. It was quite a big sack, actually, quite large myself. I do not know how long they rode with me, but I was eventually left here when I finally freed myself from my bonds. I found that I was alone. My wanderers have gotten me nowhere. This place is filled with undead creatures that prevent me from finding any exit. I have no hope left, but no fear either. A few regrets, perhaps. I had studied magic instead of history and science. I could free myself of this place. One of my tutors told the story of the Under King. how he had placed his life force in the body of a powerful being, and had thus conjured all Tamriel long ago. Had I only had the strength of a more powerful body like that. But I did not study magic. I studied history. So I leave this letter not to revenge myself, but as an historic document. What a glorious read. What do you think about that, Mr. Horse? Oh yeah, I don't think we've given the horse a name yet, have we? Well, we're just calling him Mr. Horse for now. I do need to come up with an official name for Morgerdreth's horse, because I swear, the horse in Daggerfall is more iconic than any other horse you have in, like, Oblivion or Skyrim, because the horse is immortal, fits in your bag, you carry him everywhere with you, even into dungeons, though you're not allowed to use him in dungeons, for balance, I'll tell you. You can swing your weapon on his back, which, that's only introduced way later in, like, what, Skyrim? Like, it's one of those things where you really can't go anywhere else without your horse in Daggerfall. That is, once you get a horse. Before then, it's just whatever. But anyways, that was actually a good explore. We found what we were looking for. So now it is time to finish our little quest here in Sentinel by, well, going to Sentinel right here, which is only a day away, and I mean, it's just crazy how we're able to travel so well with our knightlyhood being a Knight of Flame from Auntie Claire, making it to where we're able to travel freely anywhere. Isn't that just beautiful? Now, let's whistle up our horse. Of course, let me know in the comments down below by the time you're seeing this video or whatever I first spoke. Just let me know what you want me to name this horse, because I don't think I've given him a name yet. Not one that I at least remember fully. Like, maybe I've given him a name at one point and completely forgotten, but unless that's the case, we just have Mr. Horse. Mr. Horse. But I feel like we need to give him a better name than that, like, what kind of horse name is just Mr. Horse? Sir Klopsalot? Naymare? Ooh. What about we just call him Nightmare? Like a Nightmare is a pretty nice horse, like a skeletal, flamey horse, but it would definitely fit with the Warlock theme. So yeah, let's call our horse Nightmare, because that would be cool. And we're going to save on up. And we're gonna have a word with Prince Luton. I screwed up there and decided to roll with it. So Prince Luton, I have returned with, well, this, what I most feared. Poor Slaughton. As I promised, here's what I've heard about Lysandas. I don't know how much of this is secret, but I trust you. Lysandas was in love with his court sorceress, a noble woman named Medora Dyrene. Doria Dyrene. That's what I'll go with. And during the war with us, well, his queen found out. They say that while her husband was gone, the queen Minsar Menasir banished Medora from the court. My sister Abkai is queen now. Part of the treaty is to ensure peace, but Mensira still resides in at Castle Daggerfall as the Dawagara Queen Mother. I don't know where Medora went, but I know she has an enormous castle somewhere on the Isle of Balfira. But I also heard there is some kind of curse on her, and she can never leave. I don't know if that helps you, but that's all I know. Again, thank you for Slaughter's letter. Just knowing what happened will ease my heart somewhat. Please take this Wazazaki as a token of my appreciation. Woohoo! An iron Wazazaki with an unknown power. I can't wait to fail 5,000 times on trying to figure out what the heck it actually is. And yeah, we're just going to... That was honestly very quick, mostly because we found that letter immediately, so... I think now it's time to go back to Auntie Claire. Most specifically, Auntie Claire. Over in Auntie Claire. And we're going to go to our house, our residence. Whoa. That snow sound is kind of freaky. Anyways, we're going to go to the Fighters Guild. We're going to rest up. I guess we can at least do like a couple attempts on trying to identify this item. And then we're going to, I guess, do like one quest for the Knights of the Flame since we just joined our faction. And honestly, I've been wanting to do nightly quests for a while, and we might want to actually loiter for 3 hours, or maybe 6 hours, but still, loiter enough that by the time we reach the Fighters Guild, it'll at least be 11. I really hate that it's 11 where everything opens up. It's so stupid, honestly, one thing that I really liked about Morrowind was that you never had to wait for merchants to open because they were just open 24/7. Didn't matter what the merchant was. Could be Gary selling bread, and he would still be open at the crack of dawn, all the way to midnight. There was nothing that could ever just disturb Gary's bread selling. It's just ridiculous, But anyways, speaking of Morrowind, I will actually have a nice special episode out by the time of Halloween. I'll definitely get it made up and then edited, and when Halloween rolls around, I'm actually going to release it there. And it's going to be a nice Halloween special. I think y'all will enjoy what I got cooking up. I also, I learned recently how you can actually, I basically learned how you can mess with potions in Morrowind and how you can actually get out of God mode attributes in a weird way. So, basically, if you were to fortify, like, say, your intelligence to the billions, you can make potions that drain intelligence by the billions, which will reduce it to 0, but 0 into the negatives, so no, like, restore intelligence, like, spell or whatever would work. But if you made a restore intelligence potion, or at least a bunch of them, before you drained your intelligence, then you'd have a strong enough potion to restore your intelligence up to its maximum, resetting it back to normal while technically still being under effects for, what, like 4 years? Which, I know that sounds ridiculous, but if you know how alchemy works in Morrowind, then you already know. Now, let's see what this dagger does. Not a dang thing. We're going to give it one more shot, and if I fail again, then screw it. We're just going to the Knights of the Flame. Don't matter. You know, we're just going to try it again. Failed again. Well, you know what I said. Knights of Flame it is. So let's see here. It is currently 13. Alright. Gave it a shot. Probably do the Mages Guild. However, with the way the spell works, we should eventually start being able to use it. At least once we, reach a certain level. Like, it should eventually start to become reliable at the very least. It should be reliable now, technically. Because if I were to look at Identify, I hate how the spell list constantly switches up. It's hard to look at a splash of text and just find something right away, you know? Glad they stopped that randomization crap. Let's see here. So, identifies target, chance of success is 15 plus 10 every one level of the caster. So that is 10 plus 50, or 15 plus 50. So that's 65 right there. That should be, like, good. But, you know, it isn't. Which sucks. But anyways, now that we're here in town, and we're nice in a very familiar land, we're going to go to this shop, see what we can sell out of our wagon. Try to sell as much as we can, you know. Try to get some good stuff. Some good money, at least, out of our wagon. Because literally everything in our wagon we do not care about in the slightest. And I mean, look at how much stuff that is for sale. Like, look at how much gold we're going to get from that. I mean, seriously, we're about to get 11,000 gold after a small cut of literally all the gold reduced down to 3,000. Which sucks, but hey, that's the life of an adventurer. You know, like, you're not getting any money out of it whatsoever, basically. Though, I can't complain, because 15,000 gold is still 15,000 gold, and we should probably visit our local bank. Not for a heist like we've done, but, you know, just go to the Bank of Auntie Claire real quick to maybe deposit some gold. Because I feel like that should be important. You know, like, I feel like having gold stashed away in a bank would be kind of valuable, since gold has weight in this game. So, you know, having a bank full of gold is always nice, I would say. Especially as a glutton. Alright, let's go ahead and go to banking. We're just going to deposit into our account. Like, look at that. We already have a good 300,000 gold to our name. Like, what the heck? Like, we're just going to deposit a good 10,000 into our account. Like, do we even have enough for a ship? Like, 300,000 is enough that we can technically buy a galleon. Hang on. Yeah, that is 300,000. Should we buy a ship? Like, a ship would be cool. You know, like, I think that would be nice. Technically, that's stolen good. You know, ill-gotten gold, but it shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to go into the general store real quick, see if we have anything else out of our wagon to sell. Shirt. You know, just a little bit of gold, a bit of clothes to sell, nothing else. Not really anything of importance. I mean, it's not like we got any, like, super cool axes or anything that we can buy anyways. Because, I mean, this is just a simple merchant. And I mean, wait a minute. Is that... Mithril's already popping up. Ooh, if there's a chance of a Mithril axe, I want it. Like, if there's a chance that I can get a Mithril axe. Ooh. Ooh. We may actually be in luck. Because if I remember correctly, there is a weaponsmith right here. And I know this is running up our runtime, and I wanted to do a night quest today, but, you know, we're in town. We're gonna check things out, see what floats, you know? And I mean, there's a bunch of axes here, and I mean, add some axes up here that are like, what? I don't think any of these axes were mithril, you know, steel axe, and it's got flails and maces, and not really anything of importance there. Like, there's a steel axe there. A Dwarmer longsword is nice, but ain't really got what I need, you know? Like, you ain't got the mithril axe, or an adamantium axe, or any of the good axes, you know? That mithril claymore was really looking nice, though. But hey, it is what it is. Maybe we'll get a axe from our next quest. A new good axe, because, you know, this elven axe, it's good and all, but it can run dull pretty quick, and I don't want dull weapons, you know? Like, I want something that can last. And I mean, mithril, it runs a good while. It had a good runtime in Arena, at least. I mean, that thing lasted a whole dungeon and a half every rotation, so, you know, like, that lasted me an entire playthrough in Arena. Now we're going to drop one save right out here outside the Knights of the Dragon. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a quest, shall we? Let's see what Sir Morgar can do. I've gotten word of a giant raiding farms and devouring cattle. My name? 1,000 apologies, Morgar. I am Bodica Greenham. Will you go slay a giant? Sure thing. Just point me in the direction. The giant has made a den out of the hominid. Wow, that's a mouthful. The Homu Nailmul Shrine. Go and kill him. You might find other giants there. Kill them if you must, but be sure you get the one with the bear claw branded on its arm. I can only give you 36 days. Okay, another giant slaying mission. Over at the Hominimal Shrine. The Hominimal Shrine. I'm gonna drop a 2 save. Now that we've gotten the quest, let's go ahead and find the we're not going to find the name of it, so we're going to look at our journal real quick. That is such a mouthful of a name, like the Homu. Okay, Homunamal. Homunamal? That's how I'm gonna say it so I can remember it. Oh, right, let me hit find first. The Homunamal Shrine. The Homu Naam Mall. Homu. You know what? The Homoon. Neomall. Neomall. Oh, that was annoying. Alright. Let's run on up to the unpronounceable main dungeon. And let's go ahead and kick this door in and kick some giant booty, shall we? Because no booty to kick quite like giant booty. And we're already in a very terrifying looking area. Let's go through this right here. I can hear some very horrible sounds that I do not like. Of what I can only assume is silver. I mean, we got elven, so. And this is like, what, steel? Yeah. Oh my god. I swear, that sounds like a zombie. I don't want to fight zombies, because those guys are actually tough. I don't have the spell points, and there's enemies nearby. Okay, I don't like the sounds I am hearing. What the heck is that? Is that a mummy? Oh my god, a mummy. Oh my god. It's an actual mummy. Okay. I didn't think I would be facing mummies here. At least I can hit them, but, you know, like... I would want to fight an enemy that I could feasibly kill, you know? Like... There we go. Holy crap. That was actually terrifying. And there are enemies nearby. Of course there's enemies nearby. But we can rest here. Okay. So we've entered a mummy's tomb. Our first mummy's tomb. Oh, this is going to be lovely. Oh, Lord. So there's giant mummies. Okay. Well, this is not unnerving in the slightest. And where are they? So this is a blacksmith's room. Like, okay, so one thing I like to do in these dungeons, sometimes I like to create little stories, like headcanons. So, of course, there's an anvil, some tables. Some of them are flipped up like this. Like, this was obviously a crafting room. There is a stairway leading into a skeleton guarding what looks like a tapestry over top of... Oh. A tapestry laid over top of sword, so that. Let's kill the skeleton warrior. We're going to take... I'm sorry, is that an elven hand axe? It is. I'm actually impressed. That's a very cool weapon. Unicorn horn. Very generic items like that, you know. Like, okay, so so far, Mummy's Tomb, probably run by the Smith's family, since I found a blacksmith here. You know, in this dungeon where giants are supposed to be. Fire giants are known to be blacksmiths, so maybe it's a fire giants are taking up den here. Oh, that's lovely. That's a lovely conundrum. So this is a mummy's tomb. That would explain why the weird name, like frickin' mummy's tombs. Okay, well, figured it out. It's a mummy's tomb. And that's why the name was near hard to pronounce, like near impossible to pronounce, was simply because, oh, the sound is cut off. I'm sorry, what? There's a sorcerer down there. we found a privateer's hold room in here. It is so good. Oh, hello. I didn't expect to turn around and see you. You didn't last very long, though. This is a very expansive area, a very expansive dungeon, let me tell you. I'm liking what I've seen here. Even if it's not necessarily the greatest. I can definitely say now, I would much prefer not dealing with the mummies again. Though, it was just one mummy. You know, just one mummy. I'd prefer 0, but 1 is better than none. Or, not better than none, better than 30. You know, like, mummies are nasty and stuff, but they're handleable, they're dealable. You know, you can fight a mummy. You know, you can probably strangle a mummy in its own cloths or something, you know, like, not impossible to deal with. They're just a pain in the butt. And we're here in a mummy's tomb, and I'm sorry, how many arrows? That guy is a Minecraft skeleton. No, that guy was a Minecraft skeleton. Like, that was just too many arrows, and you know what? This storeroom right here, this is a good place to end it. I think this is a good place to rest. This is a good place to call it here for now. We have 35 days to find a giant, possibly giant mummy, or a fire giant, in a mummy's tomb. But anyways, I do think that's going to be a good place to wrap things up for this episode. Our runtime is getting up there, and I'm sure you'll want me to end it at some point so it's a bit more bearable. But anyways, this has been your bro Frostbrew. In the next episode, we're going to continue this. Then I'm just going to keep rambling on. This has been your bro Frostbrew, and I think I'll catch you all in the next one. Later!